Welcome to Heal Mission, featuring self-emptying service for poor and marginalized rural villagers in Africa. In this episode, the Messengers of Justice Sisters bring food relief to combat hunger exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic and government efforts to stop contagion have dramatically impacted billions of people's lives around the world. In Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, efforts to stop the spread have created significant challenges, primarily for poor and marginalized people. Police enforcement of checkpoints, sheltering in place, and social distancing have stifled rural gig economies poor people rely upon for meeting their basic needs. Thus, small-scale farmers and roadside vendors cannot meet their customers at the usual marketplaces to conduct business. The pandemic's global scale has compounded the problems caused by local lockdowns. Drop in aggregate demand for oil has crippled Nigeria's main source of export revenue, thus diminishing funds available for palliative relief efforts. Food shortages have emerged in Nigeria as India has stopped exporting rice to bolster its own food supply. What became known as the hunger virus began spreading like a contagion among the poor. The UN World Food Program doubled the estimate of lives threatened by hunger worldwide in 2020 from 130 million to 265 million people. HEAL has responded to this crisis. Reverend Leo Okonkwo directed the Messengers of Justice Sisters to share part of their food supply as an expression of the self-emptying spirit of Christ. They brought food to villagers and elderly priests in Ihite, Ikenga, Umerim, and also donated bags of rice to St. Mulumba Minor Seminary of the Ahira Diocese.
On behalf of the staff of our junior seminary, the students and staff, and on behalf of the staff and students of our spiritual year seminary, St. Mulumba Spiritual Year, I wish to thank you, thank your congregation, and to thank your founder for this gesture of generosity. We all know what the whole world is facing now. The COVID-19 pandemic is really affecting humanity in so many ways.
Though we have tried as much as we can to give out the much food we have, but there is still more who are in need. Our country is a very big place and there are so many people who are in need. So we can't do much, as a matter of fact, more than we have done. There are still more people who are hungry, people who are in need that need to be attended. And we are still hoping and planning on how else to be able to reach these people again after this exercise.
With generous support from HEAL patrons in America, the MOJs purchased enough rice and beans for a second round of distributions. This time around, they brought relief to residents of Umuagu village.
What is happening behind is the palliative measures that is being taken by MOJ religious congregation. It is food items supposed to be shared today to the 6 villages we have here: Umonso, Umuagu, Nkaraha, Irile, Umonu, and Obrugu. There are 6 villages that make up this community. So the sharing will not take place today because today actually is their market day and people here don't play with their market at all. So if we send the message, many of them will not come. Okay, so the sharing will be tomorrow. So we are trying to store the food items inside a safe store. Then tomorrow we'll bring it out.
Umuagu is also home to Mother Enabler Nursery, Primary, and Secondary School. MEMS for short, which is sponsored by HEAL and administered by the Messengers of Justice Sisters. Many villagers receiving food aid in this outreach have children enrolled in MEMS.
Thank you all, Mother Messengers of Justice, compassionate companion. You can see our sisters. You all know Sister Ojuku. At least some of you know Sister Ojuku. She was one of our matron here before. She's at Mbisen. Then Sister Anne, Sister Dorothy, and Sister Rosemary. Our father founder, Reverend Leo Okonkwo, as you call him, Bogon. You people know him. So she was a this morning. So he loves Mbishi. And he is wishing you people very, very well. He is thinking how you people are managing. He worked as a missionary in this land. And after his studies, he came back to see how he can help us, especially in terms of education. And that is why he has sent us. So in China suffer now with also COVID-19 virus, hunger virus. And this virus is very, very real. So it's a very serious sickness. We don't know how it started. We don't know how it's going to end. But in our own little way, we have to protect ourselves. Like this face mask, and then you wash your hands often and on. When sanitizer is very, very expensive. Can you understand what 3,000 something? How many of us get where go 3,000 something? It's a gari on a basin of gari. You guys go here, Jasanka. But you have soap like this soda soap and a 15 naira. Give where give banaka. You wash your hand. At least I want a manpower all our villages. And then keep hygiene around up because on being to get a game. And when you are healthy, like now, think when you are healthy, you are holding. So you have to keep and very hard work. And we have to feed our families. So we need to be alive. And so this is what is going on at the moment. And our father found that this is one of our spirituality, to assist, to feed others. Most of our children in our school here, they are all on scholarship. We are feeding them. From January to December continuously. From nursery to their, and some of them go to university. So our mission, our congregation, with our collaborators outside, with our father founder, has put these things together to sacrifice. But he loves us. He loves humanity. He cares for humanity, and that's what Christ came for, compassionate. That we have to love others, we have to serve others. And that is why we are here today, to serve you, Mbishi. We will do more. Only my problem I ain't here. But we still remain. I know what I have passed through in this place. My younger sister is a sister. She can't go half of what I have passed through. But because I love the life, that's why I remain. Sometimes I think I'm running away. So what am I even doing here? What is the essence of saying here? Because the people I'm serving, they don't value me. They don't regard me. But it's God first, and then the people. And I know that a lot of you, many of you, you appreciate us. We are very, very grateful, and that is why we are here. So we are here today for you. On behalf of our father founder, Reverend Leo Okonkwo, he has sent all this message to you. I hope you receive it. Even if you don't get much, please manage it. From the love of his heart, from our collaborators, they have sent us this. You people should be praying for them. Otito diri Jesu.
Coronavirus a mere even ọtụtụ ndị nwụrụ n'agụụ n'ihi ọrịa ọ ka nkụ maka iji ịzụ ihe onwezibe ezụtaga ihe oriri even ego anọghị maka ndị rega ahịa enwezi onye rega ahịa anyị ndewo ndị ọrụ ubi anyị menụ garị ahụ anyị na-eche eri nri onwe ebe anyị ma anyị ga-ebu ya eche n'ihi ahịa azụghị ahụ si ihe ebutere anyị ihe isi ike maka ọrụ ubi ka anyị beziri ọtụtụ ndị nwụrụ n'ihi agụụ maka ọrịa coronavirus a o nyere anyị ezigbo nsogbu aga m asị kemgbe ụwa m ahụtụbeghị m ụdị amara dị otu a mbụ so anyị niile n'ebe a taa aṅụrị juru anyị obi anyị na-ayọzi Chineke nwe onye nkwụghachi ụgwọ dị n'aka ka o ji ezi ihe kwụghachi ya tire ya ọganihu tire ya udo ma ọ na-aga n'ụgbọelu ma ọ na-aga n'ụgbọala ka Jehova na-edu ya.
Obi dị m ụtọ maka ihe a taa n'ihi nwanne anyị nwoke ahụ ewu Reverend Leonard Okenkwo agwa ọkpara iji nyere anyị aka gbochiere anyị agụụ. Obi dị m ụtọ maka ya taa nrịanrịa ahụ kwanụ anụmanụ ka Chineke mee ka nrịanrịa ka ọ laa ebe o si.
Kemgbe emepere skuulu ụmụ m na-aga ebe a arụrụ ha mmadụ isi agacha skuulu ebe a obi dị m aṅụrị ịkpọta ha ebe a bikọs ọ na-adịrị anyị mfe ịkpọta ụmụaka ebe a and otu referensi emere anyị ya ọ na-amasị anyị ịgba nkụzi ihe ọ na-akụziri ha ọ na-aba ha ma a na-amụta na ha bata na ha na-aga skuulu ugbu ka ewuke ugbu a COVID-19 na-apụta ọ bụrụzie na ọsị anyị bịa na ya ga-akpọ anyị nye anyị nri bikọs agụrụ ọ na-enye anyị nsogbu dịka nwaanyị a si kwuo eburu ihe gaa ahịa ị gaghị ere ndị na-azụkwa na ego anọghị gọọmenti si ewetekwere eke ya n'elu eburu ya bụsị ebunye ndị eze ekere burucha ya bụbakwa ime ụlọ ha ndị ka chairman ha eburu buba bet ka ya onwe ya otu ọkpọrọ kpọọ onye ọbụla evidio ya onye ọbụla bịa ewuru one cup ka o juru onye ọbụla ewere ya ma na o ji eke ya baa ọwụ sị gbawa moto gawa gbawa ka ebe so ihe niile ihe o mere na ọ dị anyị ezigbote mma n'obi ọ dị aṅụrị ka eji m obi dị too much n'ihi izi mmadụ kpọkọ ọhaneze nye ha nri olesọ Jizọs Kraịst onye mere ya after Jizọs Kraịst achem all this man the second person hụrụ imere ya now
ihe unu mere ọ dị mma maka inyeju anya afọ maka igwete ịhụnanya n'ebe anyị nọ che ihe unu na-eme machiri anyị alaikere nya so ụmụ m ga na-abịa skuulu nga
Number one, Jaka. What about Gabra?
We are very happy and grateful to God. We are also grateful to Reverend Leonard Okenkwo for his initiative and effort to make us belong fully in this society.
After a successful distribution of foodstuffs on the first day of the outreach to hundreds of needy families, word traveled fast throughout Umuagu and the larger Mbuishi community, leading to an exponentially larger crowd gathering for the second day.
Numerous people came yesterday and received their share. Today, once again, numerous people have gathered here again to receive their rice individually. I am so happy, for this is the first time for such a thing to happen in the Mbuishi Autonomous Community. I am very happy, likewise my community. I'm being delegated by my community to represent them in bringing out the share for them. I say, may God, the Almighty, who prompted him to do this, add more grease onto his elbows and help him the more.
The huge crowds posed a logistical challenge for distributing the food, but the MOJ Sisters discovered a way to overcome it.
We are here in the Messengers of Justice community in Umuagu, Mbuishi, and we started this activity since yesterday. So according to some of the villagers, they said the past experience they have, that some of their sons, they pass such messages and then at the end, they just ask them to go back. So many of them didn't actually believe that what we are calling them for was real. So we didn't have a huge number of the villagers, but we have over 500 people here yesterday. And then we gave them individually, families, gave them a bag of the rice. According to the village, it was very peaceful yesterday, though many of them came late, and then we attended to them. Later in the evening, we had triple of what we had in the morning. So when they came, it was a huge number of people, so we couldn't handle that. We needed to get ourselves together. So we told them to come back today. We had their names. So in order to make sure that justice is done, we asked them to come back today. And we had triple of the triple we had yesterday, so we couldn't manage it. So we've been here since morning trying to manage the situation. So we had some leaders, some heads of the villages, they had to now come together. Now, as you can see, the villagers, the heads, the town union chiefs, they are there to organize themselves. So we are working with them to see if we can manage the situation. This is how it is. We don't really blame them because of the situation of the country now. Many of them, they are not sure of feeding for today. So that's why you see this struggle. But we pray that God will give us the wisdom to be able to manage the situation.
HEAL will continue food relief action until the end of the hunger virus. We must feed the hungry until they are allowed to resume working and until the artificial food shortages end. Our current relief package provides a full meal each day for only $1 per person. Please set aside some of your supply, as the MOJs have, and bless God's people today.